Hello and welcome to another video. So today we are checking out a HavenCraft deck. This is of course running the new HavenCraft card, Destiny Wing Knight. That's one of the main cards for this deck at the moment as far as additions. It's kind of a play on the Elana Haven variations using the, of course, Mecha Turn early game cards and some support cards. Revel of Repose is a card that I'm not really sure about in this deck yet, but I haven't played enough to really rule it out. Otherwise, everything else in this deck works really nicely. You can go for early Wing Knight plays, you can go for good Bunny plays, you can also combo with the Elana perfectly, and everything else just works in synergy with those cards. So we are going to get right into it and check it out. So the first deck we are going to be playing against is Dragon. I get a feeling like that's going to be one that's an okay matchup for this deck usually, since this deck does have a fairly decent early game engine as far as cards go. And since Dragon usually doesn't have a lot of ways to deal with super early game cards like this deck typically has, they will struggle a little bit. So we got the Destiny Wing Knight, Golden Bell, and Robo Goblin. I was actually pretty happy with all those cards because I can go Golden Bell into Robo Goblin if I want to, and that's a fairly nice start. Going second, we did get a perfect draw though, Golden Bell. This is actually going to allow us to go for our Destiny Wing early, which is great. So we can go into our second Golden Bell and Destiny Wing now. Getting a 1-cost 3/3 on the board at the end of that turn. And not something super easy for Dragon to have to deal with at this point in the game with no Evos active and no followers on board. I decided to also throw Zoe to the board because they're going to want to be targeting the Destiny Wing anyway most of the time, so getting Zoe out wasn't going to hurt me. It looks like they decided to try and attempt to clear or at least some damage, and that didn't really go in their favour much because our draws were pretty great. Since we don't have a healer yet, we can't take full advantage of Elana, but we should be pretty safe going forward. And since our knight keeps gaining due to the amulets on board, the Dragon player didn't really have much of a chance from there. It was a very fast game, but it worked out pretty well. So, following on from that game against the Dragon player, we are going up against Portal next. I actually really like this Haven deck variation. It seems to be quite enjoyable to play. I'm not sure if it will continue to be a good overall deck longer term, but for right now, it seems to be doing the job I need it to do. So I'll throw away the two cards I didn't think would be very good for our early game here. We ended up getting a Robo Goblin, which I still think is one of the better turn 2 plays early, if you don't want to play a Robo Wing, which in most cases I don't like to. And the Elana draw was actually perfect. Being able to use that on turn 4 is pretty optimal, no matter what deck you're facing. So as I expected to go for, the turn 2 Robo Goblin. We've also got Robo Falcon, which will actually allow us to kill this Maisha off if we so desire it. And we don't want to play Destiny Wing Knight because it will destroy itself if it doesn't get a buff, so holding on to that was definitely the right play. And now we're actually pretty free. I would have probably liked to have gone for Robo Wing and Robo Falcon. Unfortunately though, Elana was just too good of opportunity. I need to get that out now before it becomes an issue later on. Plus it was going to allow us to easily wipe this board anyway, so I may as well go for it while I had a good chance. Now they're trying to take advantage of the Displacer bot. Not that it makes a huge impact. And that does at least cost them an Evo point. If we can get them to spend both their Evo points, our chances of winning skyrocket. So turn 5, drawing another Elana, I just felt like I couldn't leave that there. I had to take the chance. It was too good. I could go for Destiny Wing here. I did decide to go for repair mode instead. I wanted to keep these guys reasonably healthy and out of range of a potential attack, because I knew the Acceleratium would probably be their next line of play. So I think I definitely made the right choice. Just double analyzing. No Evo effect, so again, they do want to hold on to that. It does make sense that they want to do so. So we can go for Destiny Wing and Robo Wing. We can actually buff all these now, which is awesome. And I don't actually need to use my Evo. It's not even worth wasting at this point. We've got a pretty insane board, they haven't got a lot of health, and we're forcing them to trade with us. If we hold our Evo, we can use it with Holy Bowman, and that's, sorry, Holy Marksman, Holy Bowman's little kill, to really take full advantage of it, which will be pretty great if we need it. Otherwise, a relaxing next turn would have been Gem Princess if we had have needed to get that far, but again, this deck does a pretty decent job and clears out the game fairly early. So overall, I can definitely see a deck like this Haven deck staying around for a while. It's extremely powerful and still does a wonderful job as far as Haven decks go. It's only a slight variation on one of the Mecha Haven style decks that I have done a video on before, so it's really not that big a change to the meta, but it's enough that cramming in a couple of Hair and Destiny Wings really make a huge difference. And considering the cards in this deck, it is extremely legendary heavy. I believe we've got way more than you could really count here. I think, you know, there's just 9 there casually, another, what, 9 just in this end slot here, 18, 20, so like half the deck by the looks of this at least, I think, if I'm counting right, is legendaries, and that's insane. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. You'll find the deck list in the description below. Until next time, guys, see ya.